Cadet Sarah Mitchell sat in the back corner of the Galactic Military Academy's Tactical Warfare classroom, her presence barely registering among the towering forms of the galaxy's elite warrior species. She took notes quietly, asked no questions, and never volunteered for demonstrations. The other cadets hardly noticed her. The instructors never took their eyes off her. Warlord Crothax, a 7-foot Draknarian whose species had conquered 40 star systems through pure martial prowess, paused mid-lecture when Sarah shifted in her seat. His predatory eyes tracked the movement like a hunter watching a coiled viper. "Peculiar," whispered Cadet ZYX to his companion, a hulking Vorn shock trooper. "The instructors treat the small human like she's about to detonate." The Vorn, whose people were bred for combat across 3 generations, nodded slowly. "You weren't here last month, during the zero-gravity combat assessment. What happened?" "Nothing. That's what makes it terrifying." The assessment had been straightforward. Navigate a debris field while under simulated fire, neutralize hostile targets, extract the objective. The apex species, Draknarians, Vorn, even the crystalline Shardborn, had performed admirably, using their natural advantages of strength, armor, and combat instincts. Then came Sarah's turn. She'd moved through the course like water finding cracks in stone. No wasted energy. No excessive force. Each movement precise, economical, almost gentle in its efficiency. She'd neutralized targets with techniques the instructors had never seen. Pressure points on species that supposedly didn't have them. Leverage that defied her smaller mass. Psychological warfare that left simulation AI confused about its own programming. Her time shattered the course record by 40%. What disturbed the instructors wasn't her performance. It was her heart rate, monitored throughout, 58 beats per minute. The same as when she was sitting in class. "Humans," Instructor Velkoth had muttered afterward, "don't have combat modes. They don't rage or frenzy or enter battle trance. They just do it. Like breathing." Now, during the strategy simulation, the cadets commanded fleets against each other in holographic battles. ZYX controlled his forces with typical aggression, overwhelming opponents with superior numbers. The Vorn cadet used her species' traditional hammer blow tactics. Sarah played like she was conducting surgery. She maneuvered 3 ships to accomplish what others needed 30 to achieve. She predicted enemy movements not through tactical databases, but through something the instructors called human intuition, the terrifying ability to model other consciousnesses inside her own mind and predict their decisions. When Crothax paired her against the Academy's tactical AI, a challenge usually reserved for final-year cadets, she won in 14 moves. The AI had been programmed with strategies from 10,000 battles across 600 species. Sarah had simply asked herself what she would do if she were the AI. Then she did what the AI wouldn't expect her to expect. 3 layers deep in recursive strategy that made the machine consciousness hesitate, and in that microsecond of doubt, she struck. "How?" Crothax demanded after class, his warrior's pride genuinely curious rather than wounded. Sarah looked up from packing her materials, surprised to be directly addressed. "Sir, how does your species do this? You have no natural weapons, no armor, no enhanced senses. You're from a backwater world that only achieved space travel 3 generations ago. Yet you fight like you were born in the void itself." She considered the question with the same quiet intensity she brought to everything. "Humans have been fighting each other for 200,000 years, sir. We got very, very good at it. We had to. We're not naturally good at much else." Crothax studied the small human who barely reached his chest. "And the calmness? The stillness?" Sarah smiled, and something in that expression made the warlord's combat instincts whisper warnings. "Respectfully, sir, I'm not calm. None of us are. We're just very practiced at keeping it contained until we need it. As she left the classroom, the other cadets unconsciously gave her more space than before. They were beginning to understand what the instructors had known from day one. The quietest human in the room was often the most dangerous, precisely because they'd learned to make violence look like peace. Somewhere in humanity's long, bloody history, they've learned that the loudest predator rarely gets to eat. But the patient one, the quiet one, always does.